All right. So, hello everyone. My name is Yash Jagtap. I work as a developer relations engineer at DataverseOS, and today I'm here to help you get started with building apps on DataverseOS. So first, I'll tell you a bit about what DataverseOS is, and then we'll go through some key concepts of what to help you understand the DataverseOS ecosystem, and then I'll do a brief bounty description and talk about what's the idea we want you guys to build during the hackathon. And in the end, I'll walk you through a simple demo and the actual coding to show you getting started developing on Dataverse. So let me share my screen. Okay. I'll just share the entire screen. I don't want to. Jamie, can you just give me a thumbs up if
Perfect.
you
Yes, all good.
awesome. Cool. So just for this particular open data hack, the we have the bounties in for four particular prizes, each of $500. And for that, we have best use of Dataverse OS to build sovereign data applications over its App Store, and then making use of functions that I'll be explaining today in the demo. And web native file system, then sign in with Dataverse, access control. So these type of things we want you to take care of. Then what we want you to build, as you can see, we want you to explore the decentralized web, then the DAOs, social files, AI use cases, integrate Dataverse wallet to interact with the FVM, then create toolkits with the partner technology for composably. For by that I mean that we already have some toolkits, web toolkits in our ecosystem, and if you create some other toolkit boilerplate, so that would be also count as submission. And then we also have created a Notion document where we have given all the product ideas that we want you guys to build upon. So the next, these are the resources. So we have the official websites, we have the official documentation, and all of the code is open source on GitHub. You can check it out. Then we also have some previous projects that have been submitted and that are doing really great, like Web3 Twitter and Web3 Medium. And the Notion doc I mentioned about, we have the link over here. And for any kind of support on Discord and Telegram, we are always active. So you can expect replies to within an hour or so. So let's get started. So what does it mean? So Dataverse OS, as we have a tagline that it is a personal computer that is owned by the wallet. So what does it mean when I say that Dataverse is a personal computer, right? So it is an internet data operating system that manages your online data for users and eases the development of sovereign data applications. So in order to reshape the internet of today and create a Web3 data paradigm, Dataverse OS was built on top of Web3 stacks. So Web3 data refers to all the data that is computed by dApps, saved in personal clouds, sovereign by users, and protected by the wallets. So we often have emphasized the importance of giving users true data ownership back, right? So in our opinion, I would say it is not sufficient to only acknowledge this ownership. We also believe that consumers should also be able to profit from their personal data. So as a result, we created this Dataverse as a universal doorway to Web3, which not only stores data but also encourages its creation, unlock its full potential, and fuels the data economy. So Dataverse OS is mainly composed of three high-level components. So first of that is the Dataverse Cloud, which is the user-centric storage fully owned by your identity and your wallet. So it is like a cloud drive to store, visualize, and monetize all the data assets. Then the second one is the Dataverse wallet. So we have built a wallet that is the crypto wallet managing your both token as well as the data assets. Right. So it's like a gateway to the Web3 world. So I'll be talking on that more. And the third one is the Dapp store. So that's like the whole ecosystem. So that's we are building a secure, open, and the innovative platform to discover all the dApps that are being built on top of Dataverse. So first, I'll give a brief introduction to the data wallet. So a data wallet is a Chrome
Yash,
browser extension.
sorry, 1 second. We've just had a request as to whether you could share your slides on full screen, just so it's a little bit
Oh,
bigger.
got it. So
We
sorry.
can see clearly, but if you could just, share the slideshow, that would be great.
Yeah. So is it good now?
Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Sorry for that. So yeah, so where was I? Yeah. So Data Wallet is a Chrome extension that is a gateway to Web3 dApps to safely holding users' identities and the resources. So it is a Web3 crypto wallet that manages both your finances as well as your personal data. So it is a fully featured wallet with additional functionality. So like beyond sending transactions and NFTs, interacting with the DeFi, etc., you can also create, visualize, and manage your data in a decentralized manner. So it also prevents the malicious applications from stealing your personal data without your consent. So the wallet is designed to protect user signatures and resources authenticated via sign in with Ethereum. I'm not sure if you guys have known that the EIPs that have implemented this particular version of sign in with Ethereum. So before like the development in the hackathon, I would recommend you all to update it to the latest version of the extension if you have not installed it yet. Then the next one is the Dataverse Cloud. So it is an personal cloud drive where you truly own your data. So as you know, the traditional cloud storage is centralized and with user data and calculated on someone else's servers, right? So the Dataverse Cloud is built upon the decentralized data networks where the user has the highest sovereignty over data in the cloud drive. So a Dataverse Cloud is like a decentralized, user-centric, fully owned by your identity. So it is also a personal cloud drive where you truly own your data, as I mentioned. So it also provides a programmable file sharing and access control. So users can customize the file accesses, such as setting whitelist or issuing NFT access tokens. Meanwhile, developers can freely program access conditions and rules. At the same time, the native data monetization mechanism allow users to sell access to their data in the form of individual files or the collection of files. So developers can have the liberty to build the data economies. Also, like we as great guy has mentioned, I forgot his name. Like everything is a file. So a decentralized file system that is encrypted and only accessible by the users themselves. We believe that the user should be in control of their data and not the other way around. So all the data generated during your interactions with the OS powered dApps will be stored in this file system. So it's a file system to visualize and manage all your data over different applications. So your creations, your interests, your contributions, social interactions, and more. All of these will be automatically saved in the file system. With this private data space, we want everyone to help gain back the control of the internet. So this is just the brief. As you know, in the web one we had the data was just locally sitting and there was not a particular way to share that data. In the web 2 we had the untransparent data flow. That means the security aspect was not taken care of. So these two problems are being we are trying to solve with this particular operating system that takes care of security as well as the transparent data flow. So yeah, so this is the basic things that protocols that Dataverse is built on top of. So we have the for security layer we have lit. Then on for the storage layer we are making use of the ceramic and the IPFS, and we also have a Lens toolkit to build the social applications. So these are just some of the examples that we. There are some dApps that are being built on the Dataverse. So let me just go. Yeah. So this is the wallet extension. I'll just share the link in the chat. Yeah, cool. So we already have like over 4,000 plus wallet extension downloads, and and I already have that installed in my computer. So let us just go through the process of entering the Dataverse, and I'll show you how easy it is. So as you can see, I've connected my wallet over here, and this is how it looks. As my already it was cached and everything, so I was directly plugged in. But this particular interface opens, and we currently support MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Coinbase, and the Particle network. So yeah, let's enter into the Dataverse. Yeah. So these are the two applications that we currently have on top of our system. So I'll show you one the that's known as Playground. Yeah. So this is like the Web3 version of Twitter. I have already signed in using my account. So I'll just show you that let us put in encode open data hack and post it. So it will just take a minute because yeah. So now you can see we this is live over here, and it has been stored into the file system in the Dataverse. So for that we have this Finder application and the playground data. You can see, yeah, this is the uh, data that we currently posted on the Web3 Twitter, and we can see that that this has been stored into our file system. So as I mentioned, the monetizing your own data. So we have this additional functionality of one-click monetization. So as you can see, we can set the price here. So let's say one Matic, then the supply I want to give 20. Okay. So this will open my MetaMask to the Polygon. This is currently everything on Polygon testnet. So what it is doing, that it is currently taking your data that you have interacted on IPFS and the Ceramic, and that it is converting into the on-chain assets on the Mumbai testnet. So let's just see that. Let it go through, and we'll refresh this. Uh, cool, cool, cool. Meanwhile, if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer those.
Of course, yeah, feel free to drop your questions in the chat, or as you'll see at the bottom, there's a
Yeah.
dedicated question channel as well. So feel free to ask away in there too.
Yeah. So one Katya, yeah, has asked that does it conflict with MetaMask? So no, it is like just providing the gateway to all the Web3 dApps, that it provides the additional security layer. So that's why I mentioned that sign in with Ethereum that we have implemented on our side. It takes care of isolating these interactions that you do with the data within the particular application. So let us just go through, and yeah, so as you can see, the data that I recently posted, that open encode data hack, now it has been encrypted as I have monetized it, and anyone with the one, if anyone sends me the one Matic, and he'll be able to decrypt this particular data. So this is a really cool application that I wanted to show you. And now let's just build a small demo application. For that, I'll go through some key concepts. So I'll be using some terms here. So first is the data model. So data model is something that it's a GraphQL schema that defines the structure for your database or what kind of data you want. Then the next one is the data stream. So whatever records are under that particular data model are is known as the data stream. So yeah, let's go and work now. I'll to my desktop. I'll create a directory for encode demo. Yeah, so we are in the directory. So first we need to install the pnpm. I already have it installed. I'll just show you in the documentation that just a second. Yeah, you need to install the global PNPM version. PNPM is just the faster version of the NPM, so we have making use of that. I already have this installed, so I won't be doing that this particular step. Then the next one is installing the create Dataverse app command line using the PNPM globally. So I have already done this as well. So you can do this using this particular command, and then to check if it's correctly installed, we check the version here. So make sure that you have the version as 1.0.6 as your version, and you can also like, okay, it's, yeah, so these are some of the commands that you can like what I can say, you can play around with. So let us just initialize a project. So that is DataverseOS init demo. So this will create a boilerplate code for the Dataverse. So add toolkits. So toolkits, as I mentioned, this is the ecosystem that we are trying to build. So I can just go with no for now. Yeah, so as you can see, we have installed the latest version of Create Dataverse. Then to get started, let's just cd into demo, and I'll open this in VS Code. Awesome. So as you guys can see, this is the basic boilerplate code that we have generated. So the most important file is the Dataverse config.ts. So as you can see, it is the basic like the subs YAML file or the package.json file that you have, and this is the configuration file for your Dataverse application. So here you have the name of the application, the logo, then the website. So here you can, for testing purposes, you can use the localhost port or the actual production website that you'll be using. Then the models. So this is the data model that I mentioned earlier. So these entities are so is public domain. So what it does is it takes care that if you mention this as true, this will be that particular data model will be accessible to everyone outside your particular application. So the name for that is post.graphql and encryptable. So whatever data of text, images, and videos is under that particular model, that will be encrypted. So this is the another one, the boilerplates that data models that we have provided. So you can just see under the models folder that we have post.graphql and the profile.graphql. So cool. So this type of applications can be used to create, as I mentioned, the social applications, right? So the profile entity or the post entity. So this can be taken care of, and all the other entities. Maybe you want to add a comment for that. So let's do that. I'll add a new comment.graphql. Okay, let me just grab the post one. This everything will be same, and for the comment part, I'll just take it from here. Just a second. Yeah. Yeah. So we have added a part if anyone wants to comment under that post, so this can be taken care of. So for creating a models, the author and version are the compulsory and what you can say the keys for that. And we have created this. So I'll show you the how to deploy this particular app that we have built. So yeah, let's go here and DataverseOS key pair. So what we are doing here is I want, for this particular demo purposes, I am generating a random address and the key. So don't use this, it has no meaning. So cool. So I'll be deploying that under this particular address. So let's do that. DataverseOS deploy. It will now ask for my private key. I'll enter that. Yeah. So as you can see, we are deploying with this particular account. Then it is creating the custom models and the file system models. So yeah, also like the FS folder under the models folder, please do not like update this or alter anything, because this is something that is used by the Dataverse internally to index your particular data. But the rest of the things you can create everything under this particular models folder. So as you can see, we have it has the app has been created successfully, and we get this DApp ID. So you can add your application to the Dataverse ecosystem using this particular DApp ID. And as you can check here, the DApp info is in the output/app.json. So here you can see that we it has generated an output folder with the app.json file. So here you get everything that has been your details about their whole DApp, right? So as you can see, we have this profile and the post over here. So let me just install the dependencies. And so yeah, Yeah, this is something for me. Cool, cool, cool. So while it gets the dependencies get installed, let us see for any questions. So Dataverse really is a data lake available for apps that are built on top of it. Yeah, so basically what it is, like, we everyone can make use of these custom models to create any type of application that they want, and make use of these dweb toolkits that I have mentioned. Let me show you that as well. GitHub, this is getting installed. Yeah, so we currently have like the Tableland, Live Peer Push, XMTP, Lens, and Snapshot. These toolkits have been completed, and with more to come. So, as I mentioned, you can create an whole ecosystem making use of all these protocols, create a really cool application. So, yeah, I think we have installed everything. The dependencies have been installed. Now, let us just run the application. Yeah, so as you can see, this is the basic boilerplate code that we have implemented. So when you click on connect, it will open my like the Dataverse wallet extension, and I'll click on MetaMask. So yeah, what are we doing here is, as you can see, everything is clearly mentioned that this requires your signature to basically log into this particular website. So what this resources section is, like, it gives you, we are telling that a particular signature that give access to this particular site. So that's why it's like built on top of Ceramic, so it takes care of that. So let me sign in, and you can see, yeah, so yeah, as you can see here, we it has connected to the website. Now let's create a post. Yeah, so a post also has been created, like a random post, a hello random post. So let's see. Yeah, so as you can see, it gives you the key, then the app ID, then the model ID, stream ID. So all of this is useful for you to interact or play around with this data in whatever manner you like. So as you can see, it's just the create. We have created a public post named hello, and yeah, so this is the load posts button. So here we are loading the data that we have created. So it is a really cool boilerplate that we have provided. So do play around with that. And then we also have the Dataverse connector, which is the JavaScript SDK that we are like building using to build on top of the this particular CLI. So what this you require the Dataverse wallet as the prerequisite, and you need to install the Dataverse connector package. And here you can do all sorts of customization to your application. So let me just post this link in the chat as well. Wait, where is the, yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah, so you can just go through this documentation to see how the Dataverse connector can be used. Due to time constraints, I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. But yeah, you can see here that you can use the connect wallet functionality, then the create capability. So this is like creating a resource like data model for your particular app. Then we have to create a data stream, that is creating a particular record under that model, how you can do that. Then we have the how to load that data, then upload that data, then monetize. Yeah, so this is the function that helps to monetize everything, the data that you see. Then this is the unlock function. So this will unlock the data that you have monetized. So we have the make use of this documentation, where we have the wallet APIs, then that over here, then the dapp store APIs, and the system calls as well. So do go through these, and Let me go here. So yeah, we have also provided this the Notion doc. As I mentioned that this has everything that you need to know that like what is Dataverse, and then you can also take inspiration of the past hackathons that we ran and some projects that you can look into for references. Then we also have the tutorials for the Dataverse app connector and the toolkits. So do join our Discord, Telegram, or Encode. We are always like there to help. So yeah, and the product ideas that I talked about. So this is something that we are coming up with a list of what we want you guys to build upon. So do check out for this as well. I'll just post that here. Cool, cool, cool. So let's just see for some questions. I can stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, so I think there were a couple of questions above if you'd like to answer one or two of those quickly. Sorry we didn't have more time, but it looks like you've got some great docs and resources for everyone to look through. So obviously, I'd encourage everybody takes a look through those after the workshops, and obviously we'll attach them to the recordings for you as well. But Yash, I don't know if there's one or maybe time for two questions that you'd like to answer
Yeah,
quickly before
yeah.
we
I'm just
wrap up.
looking through it. So yeah, we have one for what do we have to do after Dataverse deploy. So after deploying the application, you get the app.json or the output file of your DApp ID, then the stream IDs. So you can make use of the Dataverse connector function system calls to play around with like make applications using referencing to that particular IDs and make use of those. Then
Amazing.
have you thought of any mnemonic rules to store the private key? So basically, it's not any other different wallet. It is just the gateway, and it takes care of the token as well as the data assets. So it is not something that you have the different mnemonic to like remember as well. So it is just providing you the interface for MetaMask or any other that we currently have support for. Then okay, we have one more. Can apps from different toolkits talk to each other via messaging, send data from app A to app B? Yeah, so I'd like to like suggest you to give a try to the DWeb toolkits that are still in the development stage. But as I mentioned that when you do the is public domain, you set it to true, your particular model will be able to like people can develop, other developers can replicate that particular model and make use of that. So they can talk to that particular data model if you have set it to true, otherwise not.
Amazing. Well, unfortunately, I think that's all we're going to have time for. So, on behalf of everybody, I'd love to say thank you very much. I don't know if you've got anything you would like to share quickly before we wrap up.
No, just like looking forward to seeing your projects, guys. And if there's anything, we are always there in the Discord, in the Telegram, actively helping. So, looking forward to chatting with you guys.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Yash. And yeah, we'll speak soon on
Thanks, Gauri.
Discord. Cheers. Bye.